Alrighty, guys, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Marcus, and you're watching Blind Snap Gaming. Welcome back to a brand new episode. Today, I have decided to bring back the Marvel Snap seasonal rankings. If you guys remember, in the past, I used to do, last year, I did a whole bunch of seasonal rankings. However, I have decided to do the ever-growing tier list, but I think I'm going to end up putting that project to an end, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of it being ever-growing. But, yeah, guys. Listen, I want to continue the ever-growing tier list, but just getting... Because, I want to take you guys through how I had to put all this together. So, basically, I used a photo. So, this is the photo that I used right here that has every single card. So just as a little bit of background, I recently got a new phone, that being the iPhone 17, and unfortunately, none of my progress was able to transfer over. So I pretty much had to build a whole. If I wanted to keep this ever-growing tier list going, I would have to rebuild it from scratch. So I started off with doing the great tier. That was pretty big. And then I started with average, and yeah, I think after maybe the second or third row, I was just like, I don't know. I feel like maybe the seasonal lists were better. Not that there was anything bad with the list. It's just like, I don't know. It kind of felt like a bit of a hassle having to re-add everything, considering how big this list is. So, for right now, I'm going to pretty much put it on hold, and we're going to go back to the OG seasonal rankings. So, the tier list stuff is never going to end, but the big tier list that I had planned, that is going to end as of right now. So, yeah, now you'll notice I don't have the needs more play tier. I don't have the needs more play tier yet, because we're going kind of back to the OGs. So, another rule, though, that I want to say when it comes to the tier list is I will not be adding every single card. If you guys remember, in the past, I used to add every single card that I got from packs, whether it's the newer ones or an older card from the Collector Series 5-pack, I would include it. But this time around, I'm going to be a little bit more strict and only include the seasonal cards and also the older and some of the older core cards. So if there was a card that I got from the Collector Series 5-pack that actually had a good or maybe bad impression, if there was a core card that had some sort of impact or impression on me, I guess, it will be added to the list. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and kickstart this journey off. And I do have Marvel Snap at the ready, just in case we need to go through and look at some abilities, which I'm probably going to have to. So, let me just go ahead and get this ready. So we're going to start off. There, it's off. There we go. We're going to start off with my boy, Jeff the Baby Land Dolphin. It was a 2-cost, 2-power card that reads, your cards reveal here with +1 power, movable ones. And you know what? I got to say, this was definitely a lot better than what we got last month. Don't get me wrong, Shadowlands Daredevil was fun, but he's just not as flexible as Jeff is. You can practically throw him into other decks and he can pretty much just work pretty well with them. So overall, definitely a fun card for the Marvel Beach Bash season. After Jeff the BB Land Dolphin, we're going to be going to Venus, who was our Super Premium Season Pass card. Venus is a 3-power card that reads, when your cards in play are empowered, give those cards an additional +1 power. So empowered, it basically reads, when a card's power is permanently increased, ongoing power changes don't count. So let's say a forge, right? Your card gets hit by a forge. That power, that's like permanent, right? Versus like power from Blue Marvel, that doesn't really count. So that's what empowered means. But yeah, this was definitely an insane card for Marvel Beach Bash. I have a really fun deck that I built it in with like Squirrel Girl and Marvel Boy. It's just freaking awesome. Definitely one of the best cards of the season. Super duper fun. After that, we're going to go on to Jubilee Silver Surfer, who originally was a 4-2, but is now a 4-3. I'm going to take a little drink. Well, actually, I'm drinking more of a smoothie right now, but anyways. So, her ability says, when you draw a card, add this card's power to it. And I'm not gonna lie, this one definitely was a big disappointment, which is a shame because I kind of was hoping this card would be amazing, but man, at a 4 cost, it's just not very flexible, guys. It really isn't. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. Her ability is good. It's cool. And I think with her recent OTA, it definitely does help. But I don't know, man. She kind of let me down. I don't think she's terrible. The only reason why I'm putting her in average is because she kind of let me down a bit. So yeah, I gotta put Namorita, or not Namorita, Jubilee Silver Surfer in average, which kind of sucks because I actually had high hopes for this card. After that, we're going to look at one of our core cards, being Lin-Li Iron Fist. I mean, this card is good, it's fun, but it really only has only just has like one major role. So he's a 2-cost 3-power card that reads on reveal, add the Sword of Fu Shi, I think it is, Sword of Fu Shi to another location. And it's 2-cost 2-power. Ongoing, if Lin-Li Iron Fist is here, he has +2 power. So I played him in a move deck, so I guess that kind of feels that's kind of like the best case scenario. Although there might need to be a case where maybe you play a card that returns this to the hand, perhaps. Maybe, I don't know, man. I mean, it's fine, but it's certainly not my favorite. So it's gonna go alongside Jubilee Silver Surfer in the average tier. After that, we've got Monstro, the first week 1. He was one of the cards that you could get at the beginning of the week. The beginning of the season, I should say. So he's a 8-cost 8-power card. I almost forgot about this dude. But yeah, he's an 8-cost 8-power card that says this card's cost is reduced by the cost of your deck's top card. This is another average card. It's not bad, but it's not good either. So I gotta put Monstro also an average. After After Monstro, we've got Quicksand, which this card is completely pointless. She's a 2-cost, 4-power card that says the next time your opponent would start with unspent energy, they don't get it. Oops. Come on. There we go. Bonus energy, extra energy beyond the normal amount the game generates next turn. Or each turn. But yeah, so she basically prevents you from getting your opponent from getting extra energy. So like if you play a Psylocke, or maybe in this case it would probably be something like, maybe it could be something in the lines of, what's a good example? Maybe it could be Punisher War Machine, or no, Superior Spider-Man's a good example, right? Which on paper it sounds amazing, but heck, to be honest, I've never really played this card. I almost wanted to not and really include it, but because it came out this season, it kind of feels necessary to do so. But yeah, this card just feels pointless. And I almost feel bad for freaking talking so much smack about Major Victory, because he's not as bad as Quicksand. So yeah, unfortunately I gotta put Quicksand here in terrible. After Quicksand, we've got, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just need 3 more. So after Quicksand, we've got, let's do Gwenpool first. So I actually got this card recently. She's a 4-cost, 5-power card that reads, on reveal, pick a random character in your hand 3 times. Give 2+ power each time, or +2 power each time. You know what? This one's actually pretty solid. I don't know how many different decks I'm going to really put it in, but my first impressions of Gwenpool have been that she's a really fun card to add. So overall, she's going to go into great tier alongside Jeff. So I feel like this season's going to be pretty well balanced. Maybe, I don't know. After Gwenpool, we're gonna have Namorita, who was the last Series 5 card to be released this season. And I did end up waiting until like Saturday or Sunday, sometime around there. So, a 3-cost 5-power card that says, when you draw a card, give it -1 cost if this is your only card here. I will admit the ability can be kind of hard to pull off, especially if you run into occasions like Central Park that add a bunch of squirrels. That's where she can be screwed. But other than that, though, I don't think she's as bad as people make her out to be. I did try her in some other iterations of decks besides Thanos. And you know what? I think she's a pretty solid card. She might not be amazing like Venus, but she definitely has potential to be up there for me. And then last but not least, to kind of wrap things all up, we've got 8 cards total. We've got Triton, and it says he's a 3-cost 4-power card that reads, on reveal, give the last character each player played last turn +3 power. So he's kind of like a risk and reward type of card. So he kind of is like a risk and reward card where you're getting power, but your opponent's also getting power. Kind of similar to like Luna Snow, where you're getting energy, but your opponent's also getting extra energy too. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really see a lot of good use cases for him, but I feel like his ability is interesting enough to where I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be. Sure, he is definitely, there's definitely some limitations when it comes to Triton's like decks, but you know what? I think he's a pretty cool card in my book. So, here it is, guys. That basically wraps up the first ranking or season ranking of 2026. So we've got Venus in Amazing. We got Jeff the Baby Land Dolphin, Gwenpool, Namorita, and Triton in Great. For Average, we've got Jubilee Silver Surfer, Lindley Iron Fist, and Monstro. And then in Terrible, we've got Quicksand. So there you guys have it. That is my ever-growing tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and sub. Turn on those post notifications. And until then, I shall catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.